Hello everybody, this is Astocky here and welcome to another episode of my Let's Play of the Astocky Pack. I have just updated the Astocky Pack to have version B4 of Ultrafine installed, and I have made a couple of minor changes to the base. Nothing here. You will now see though that in my portal room I got sick of having to jump up those stairs to get out, so I have now added a little pathway. I have also added, at the very top up there, you can see that I've added a hatch because I was getting sick of all the rain coming in every time it rained. Actually, it's this rain right now that encouraged me to do it. So, bedroom's all the same. I'll put a little chest here so I can keep some paper because I'm about to break my Fortune 3 pickaxe, and I also made another pickaxe, a sapphire one, of unbreaking, just because I got sick of going mining and having to replace pickaxes all the time. So metallurgy, nothing has really changed in here except for the amount of ores I have. I basically went to check on my miner, and because I hadn't quit the world, it still kept mining until it basically clogged up its inventory. So I followed it for a while. I have also macerated a lot of ores, well, crushed a lot of ores, all the ores I thought I was going to need. Left nothing in there, that's good. I also went, and I'll show you that in just a second. I've got a bit of a factorization platform ready, but what I did is I smelted up a whole stack of ore. So hopefully, that's not that good. I got 65 out, that's not that, actually maybe it wasn't a stack of ore, because you get a 100% chance of silver, so maybe it was only 44 pieces of ore I smelted, and I got 65 lead out. Either way though, got a little factorization chest here. Either way, that's not really too bad in terms of lead. In fact, that might be enough lead to make that machine I wanted to make. So what was it? It was a solar turbine. So it needs a fan. So we'll make the fan. That needs 5 iron. Typically my iron will be kept in my precious chest. So yeah, Thorncraft area. Didn't really get too much. Got a whole lot of new shards though. Can't find any fire shards, which just really sucks. I'm skipping my storage area for a second just to show you. I made some more bat boxes because I was just kind of wasting power. I mean, it wasn't charging anything and I wasn't using it, so I thought I would just make some more power storage. Now, this is clearly new. I got sick of having to go in here and having to find the item that I wanted, and I think this looks way cooler. This will also allow me to, once I get an ender chest, run a bit of a sorting system so that I can grab an ender chest, use a filter to pull it out of the ender chest, put it in these tubes, and it will then automatically stick it in whichever chest it fits in. Now the downside with using tubes is these barrels, the tube has to go in the top of the barrel. From the bottom, it can only work with a single stack. It can extract from the bottom fine, but it can only put in the top correctly. So that's a little bit of a disadvantage to this system, but I love just being able to look at that and go, look at that, 48 diamonds, 39 rubies, 42 sapphires, 45 of them, 35 stacks of cobble, 14 stacks of nickelite, 18 stacks of redstone. Look at that, 4 stacks of lapis. That's just crazy. And I have an empty chest here. I'm not sure what I'm going to put in that. I also have a barrel in the corner with just a single cobblestone in it. I know that that one's going to fill before this one fills, but the reason I've done that is later on I'm going to have an item that is going to do the sorting system without all the tubes, and it will allow me to stack them as long as they're connected. So that one there is kind of the connecting piece. But yes, back to making what I said I was going to make. I need my 5 iron, and that will make me my fan. I need a bunch of glass. How much glass did I need in fact? 7 glass. So typically I don't have all that I need, but even though it's night time, I still have 3 bat boxes worth of power, which is plenty of power. Another thing that I have done, I haven't started to use them yet in my world, I think I will get to that eventually, is I have updated the speeds at which the smelters operate. I had already tweaked the furnaces so that the metallurgy furnaces work much better, but I had neglected to tweak the smelters to accommodate basically the fact that the furnaces are so much faster. So now I've got that fixed. So solar turbine, I now need the motor. So I need insulated coils, which needs clay blocks. I think I need 4 clay blocks. Because I'm pretty sure that it said that I needed 4 coils. Yes, I need 4 of those coils. So let's go, and I think now we should have everything we need to make this. Clearly the turbine itself is not going to be a lot of good. You need to do more than just have a turbine, because yeah, the turbine by itself is basically useless. You need to have it powering something. Actually, there's a much easier way to do this. So with your pocket crafting table, what you can do is if you place an item, spread it out once, and then press the B key, it will automatically spread it out to even it out for you. So I think that's pretty cool. So now we should have our 4 insulated coils. I'm going to need my magnet. I'm going to need some lead. I've got plenty of lead. I'm going to need more iron. So once again, not as organized as I should be, and it's the middle of the night, so a bit of iron, a bit of ironage. Use. We want this one, so we want glass. Nope, we want recipe for that one. Okay, recipe for that, recipe for that. Let's put that in. Okay, 2 pieces of iron, a magnet, 4 insulated coils, 2 pieces of lead gives us our motor, and then motor plus fan plus glass gives us 1 solar turbine. And clearly a solar turbine is going to be useless at night. So Thorncraft room, I did put an infinite spring just there, just because that seemed like the right thing to do. One more. Now, it annoys me, the /time command, it doesn't actually let you check what time of day it is, because that's what I was trying to do there. And you type /time thinking it'll tell you the time, but no, it only lets you set the time or add some time to the current time, and neither of those are what I wanted to do. So I have no blocks. Get myself a block of dirt. Okay, so what I have done is I have taken this platform here and I have expanded it, and I built an infinite water source in the center, which actually looks really cool from the bottom because it just kind of sticks down a bit. But what I intend to do is stick that solar turbine, and you can see it sucked water up into it, and that's why you have to have it basically sitting above an infinite spring. And now that I have done that, I have totally forgotten that I need to actually have mirrors. And I'm going to make some more mirrors because I understand that there's like a minimum amount of mirrors you have to have before you can actually do anything. So once again, I'm going to use the pocket crafting table because that's just the easiest way. Stop hitting the wrong button. So we'll put silver around the outside, that in the center, press B, that'll get us another 6 mirrors. So 13 mirrors should be an excellent start, as long as I have something to charge with them. So we saw my bat box before was 60% charged. So what will happen now is I'm going to plug it into that solar turbine, And through the use of the sun and its magical energy, this box will now charge itself. So I'm not 100% sure where to put it. I'm thinking though around about the middle is going to be good. So you can see those little bars, they represent the charge. So that currently is representing 60% charge. Now if I plug those two together, you can see that it's still unchanged. Now these mirrors are cool. So we will start in the center and place one. And it should be orienting itself towards that. It just seems the blocks aren't updating correctly. That's weird. Oh, there they go. They seem to be doing a much better job now. So they're kind of pointing themselves straight at this, but you can see the charge is not going up. That's because the turbine's not spinning, because it takes a minimum amount of these mirrors, there we go, to actually start the turbine spinning. Now that will very, very slowly charge this. So clearly, what you want is more mirrors. And there we have 13 mirrors, and now it is, look at that, it's visibly charging while we watch. And that's what we want, lots of power. Now all I need is something to do with that power. And the next thing that I need is another motor. So I will take my 100% charged battery, and in fact I'm hoping I have enough clay balls to make this. There is every chance that I don't. Clay is upstairs. Because I need to make another motor. And I only have 8 clay balls, and so clearly 8 clay balls will get me 2 blocks of clay, not the 4 blocks of clay that I need for what I want to make. So it looks like I'm going out in search of clay. It seems like an odd thing to be searching for. Let's chuck all our metallurgy related stuff back in there. And that's 100% charge, so there's no need to have it plugged in. I'm going to throw my iron in there as well on my piece of dirt, because it's friendly dirt. Time to find clay. I'm thinking I'm going to want a lot of clay. I don't exactly know how much, but some kind of a lot. And I don't think I actually looked very hard last time for it, so maybe I'll just get lucky and there'll be a heap of it all over the place. So that's my personal use gate, not for mobs. Okay, so squid, but not clay. Okay. Waterfall type thing. Again, not clay. Dirt. Thought for a second that was netherrack. The whole underwater effect looks kind of odd. That I think though is clay. Yes, that was clay. Perfect. So now I just have to work out a nice way to be able to get it and still be above water. Yep. Looks like I'm just going to have to do it the old-fashioned way, and just every now and then pop a torch. Oops. It's really dark looking too. Crazy dark under here. I wish there was some kind of underwater lighting system. So where were we? Torch? No torch. There we go. I'm going to check my brightness settings just to make sure I've got them on full bright. I do. Really sorry about this, YouTube. But I need that clay more than I need to be able to see. Okay. So once again, back to my personal use, no creepers allowed door. And time to make some more clay. Well, not make clay balls. So I think this episode is probably going to be dedicated just to factorization, just because there's a lot of stuff that I really want to get done, and I think I just have this feeling it's going to take quite a long time to do it. Now, before I make any more, I just want to make sure that I can indeed break these down into clay balls. Yeah, I might not want to do that anymore. I guess I didn't make the last ones. Whatever. I'm going to need, like I said, I'm going to need lots of these anyway. So let's grab some lead. There we go. 4 insulated coils. What else do I need? I need another motor. Sorry, I need another magnet. So we grab our lead wire. I need the battery. Battery. Okay, lead wire. Battery. Bam. Magnet and partially discharged battery. So we need iron. Okay, this is not going to work for me anymore. 14 should be perfect. Come on, pick it up. Thank you. Totally lost what I was doing. Iron, that was it. Okay, so now we need to make that motor. So 2 iron, 2 lead, magnet and some insulated cable. Easy peasy, easy peasy. Done. So now I have a motor. Now there are some other things this motor is used in, and the one that I want is this one just here, which is called a grinder. So I need 5 iron, 2 lead, that seems easy, and a diamond cutting head. So that needs an iron ingot and diamond shards. Now diamond shards are not easy to make. So you might ask, well, how do you make a diamond shard then if they're not easy to make? Very, very good question. While I'm actually here, I might look up heater, because I'm going to need to make one of these soon. These need 6 clay blocks. I think I'll have to get to that later. For now, I need to make diamond shards. Now, diamond shards require quite a bit of equipment. Not the least is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 diamonds. Because you need a diamond block. So we'll go to uses for diamond block, and this is the recipe you need here. You need 4 TNT and 4 obsidian. So TNT, thank you Jungle Temple. An obsidian, I only have 1 piece of obsidian. Darn it is what I say. I'm also going to need a craft packet maker, which needs that recipe there. So I'm going to need to make a piston, and I'm going to need a stamper, which is going to need a piston as well. So I've got 1 iron. Yes, I only have 1 iron. Oh, found my clay. I'm going to need a couple more iron. Hopefully there'll be enough down here. 14, yes, that was plenty. So then I'm going to need some redstone, some cobble and some planks to make the pistons. So redstone. Now with these things, if you left click, it takes a whole stack out, and you right click to put the stack back in. If you double right click, you can see I've got 3 stacks of redstone. If you double right click, it puts all that's in your inventory in, and if you shift left click, it takes them out one at a time. So cobble and planks. Time to make 2 pistons. Iron ingots and redstone, and then we switch them because I always get that recipe the wrong way around. So we need a crafting table, 2 crafting tables. One plank short. I'm almost out of wood too. Been making too much charcoal. Okay, so what just happened? Where did... Aha. I'd already made one. Got myself all confused then. Okay, so we need crafting table, cobble, piston. So that gives me my craft packet maker. Now piston again. And this time 3 iron in the middle. That gives me my craft packet stamper. Now, I'm not 100% sure where to put these machines, so I'm thinking I'll just put them in the metallurgy room, and I will deal with where they should really go later on. So, you and you. Now this one here, which is the second one, which is the stamper, actually requires a craft packet to be able to work, which is where this machine comes in. This is the craft packet maker. Now I need some paper. I'm pretty sure just need 1 sheet of paper for this. Whoop. Basically what you do is you put your piece of paper in and you tell it your recipe that you want. So for example, if I put 2 sticks and put them both in there, it would spit out a yellow partial craft packet, which means it's not a valid recipe yet, but it's getting towards a valid recipe. And then what you would do is say put stone in, and then do that, and then it would spit out a proper craft packet that would have 2 sticks plus 3 stone, and that would equal 1 1 stone pick. But what I want to do in this case is I put a block of diamond in the center and click in the center, and there we have a craft packet that is not a complete craft packet that has a block of diamond in the center. So now I put it back in, and now I put 4 pieces of TNT in and put that back in. Okay, that didn't work. Maybe I put it here. Won't let me put it there? Okay, so let's try this. Let's go, where do we want the TNT? Diamond block. Uses. Okay, we want the TNT in those 4 positions. Let's try this. Take the craft packet, put it there. There we go. So it's now added those 4 TNT to that craft packet, and it's made it yellow, which means it's now not a legitimate recipe, because previously I guess it was a legitimate recipe for just itself, or maybe for a bunch of diamonds. But what we need to do now is head downstairs, make sure I got my lever, yes, get the 4 more obsidian, and that will give us what we need to complete our craft packet. And then we put our completed craft packet in the stamper, and our completed craft packet in the stamper will produce the item. So I need 4 more obsidian. I did not bring a screwdriver with me, so time to I guess I'm sick of my screwdriver, you know, kind of running low on health. I haven't broken it yet, but I know I'm going to break it soon. So as soon as I break this screwdriver, I am going to make myself the rechargeable sonic screwdriver, which is much cooler. I'm actually going to probably sleep through the night soon too. How are we doing? Is that the right one? Nope. Next one. Okay. Sleep through the night. Come on. Okay. Gotta get this factorization stuff done. Gotta get it done, gotta get it done, gotta get it done, gotta get it done. One more. Silly hopping floors. Hopping. Always hopping. So yeah, I guess my screwdriver's got about half its life left, so it will last long enough that I don't have to build the sonic screwdriver this episode. But particularly the more you do with block breakers and things like that, the more you're going to have to do. Now, I'm also not far away from being able to make like an automatic obsidian generator, which is a really cool way to sort of really quickly mix lava and water together. So I'm going to do that hopefully very soon too, because this process for making obsidian is, I think it's a little bit faster than having to kind of do it with a diamond pick. Maybe it's not, but what it's not is it's not wasting any of my diamonds, because I'm a big fan of my diamonds. I like them a lot and I don't want to waste any of them. And I consider making a non-renewable pick a waste of diamonds. Especially considering once you get the hang of this, it actually goes pretty quick. I should have just rotated that block, that would have saved me some time. Whatever. So there's my obsidian that I need. Always put your bucket of water in there before you break the block breaker, just in case it does what Minecraft seems to do all the time and pops off in the wrong direction and decides to just ruin itself. Okay, so up we go. Up. Come on. Come on, I'm so close to having those diamond shards. Actually, and that leads me to the next thing that I can show you, which is really cool. Just gotta get there. Nope. I almost think it's quicker to hop up the stairs than it is to climb this ladder. Okay, so now we put our obsidian in and we say we want obsidian in the four corners, and we put our craft packet in and BAM! We now have a craft packet that's complete because all of the slots are filled in. So we place that in here and boom, 18 diamond shards. Now we can take 8 of those. It's actually a pretty good setup here because basically you have enough diamond shards to be able to make 2 of these grinders, which is pretty good. So now I need the grinder recipe again. Sorry, we want the uses of it, not the rest. So we need 5 iron and 2 lead. Thankfully we have that. Five iron, 2 lead, a motor, and a diamond cutting head gives us 1 grinder. You might go, wow, that's a lot of effort. And to be honest, that is a huge amount of effort. And the worst thing about all that effort is once I plug this in, it's going to be like, is that all it did? Because with this grinder, you still don't do as well as you would have done by just using the macerator, which is kind of a little bit of a bummer. I'm going to put the grinder there. I'm going to run the power along there. I'm not sure if these machines transfer power to each other. Hopefully they will, but for now anyway, that is a fully powered grinder. Got this thing here spinning away. This battery is now back up to full charge. It actually takes 11 of those mirrors just to start this machine. Once it's running and it's up to full speed, it takes a lot less power to keep it running. But yeah, it takes a lot of power to get it going. And that's the other reason why a battery box can help, because let's grab some ore. Let's grab, say, some silver ore, just to demo this. The reason I don't want to put all of it in is because, like I said, at the moment, out of the smelter, you get about 120% of your ore back. So, you know, for every 5, you get a sixth one. This grinder will actually do much better than that. You can see the little animation as the diamond cutting head starts to turn. It'll take a while. Once it gets up to full speed, then it will start to grind. Now, by itself, this won't actually do much better. It still won't get me up to double, which is pretty unfortunate. But it gets me dirty gravel. And I believe I can now smelt that dirty gravel, and I think I'll end up with it slightly better off than I was previously. So you can see that's still staying at 100%. This thing here is now grinding away. I think what I should end up with now is something like 140% or 150% instead of 120. So it's a little bit better, but not a lot better. And that's because what I've got is dirty gravel. Dirty gravel. So the next step is to build something to clean that gravel with. And that next thing that I need, is a mixer. So again, another motor, which means another 4 clay blocks and another astronomical amount of lead. Got 52 though. I think I need 32 to build that, so I think I should be able to actually build that this episode, assuming I have the clay for it. But you can see I've already got 8 and I still have 2 left, so it is providing an improvement over what I would have got if I had just smelted it. And now by smelting this gravel, I'll get the same 20% improvement. So that 20% plus this, I think it's about 30%, gives you that, you know, around about a 50% improvement. So I might get lucky here and get 2 again. No. So that was 8 turned into 10. But once again, we want to make another motor. So yes, one more motor. So we need another magnet. Let's start with the insulated coils, and we'll see how we go from there. Beautiful. So now we need, how much iron do we need for that motor? We need 3 pieces of iron for the motor. So I've got the iron that I need, but I forgot my bat box. Ridiculous! If I had a couple more pieces of iron, I could actually craft it here, but in typical fashion, I do not. In fact, I don't think I have any more iron left in my base, so I'll have to smelt it. I've started out for the last couple of episodes thinking I'm going to make these a bit shorter, and it never ever turns out that way. There's always just so much good stuff to do. But right now anyway, we can take this lead wire, take the battery, magnetize the piece of iron. Whoops. That's got us our motor. Now I believe I need another fan head, 2 buckets of water, a cauldron. Wow. Actually, you know what? I think this works. Just so I'm not wasting all my iron, I'm pretty sure metallurgy adds the ability to build buckets out of other metals, so hopefully this should work. Yep, look at that, there we go. 2 buckets without having to waste 6 more iron. We'll fill them both up. I'm still going to need to make a cauldron though, which is still going to need 7 iron. Oh, no, bad. Come back. Did that just... Nope. Excellent. Thankfully they don't go past ladders. So what was I doing? Fan, and then cauldron. So we've got cauldron. Let's see if I can get this recipe right. Fan, thingy, lead, and then 2 buckets of water. Mixer. Now this will take my dirty gravel, and at the speed of thought, not really, it actually takes quite a long time and it's a pain in the backside, and you've got to keep filling it with water. So at the speed of slow, it will cook it. So this is where I hope everything worked really well. Come on, run. Don't care that it's night time. Or maybe I do. Maybe maybe I'm going to have no power and I'm going to go silly. But my battery is 60% charged. So now what we need to do is we need to see if this thing is powered. It does still seem to be powered. That's good. It seems to be powered. It's going to drain this battery really fast. And then what we do is we put our dirty gravel and our bucket of fresh water in there, and that's going to drain this even faster. And what that will do is that will wash this dirty gravel and hopefully give us something good. There you go, it's given us clean galena chunks, and it's given us sludge, and it's given us our bucket back. So I'm just going to let this run. It's going to use up all the power, but hopefully I can sleep. Sleep while I run back. Pity can't run and sleep. Now, I believe at this point I am able to double my ores. I think that's how it works. Whoa. Crazy drunk-a-lunking then. The other cool thing about this is that ball that I got, which is a ball of sludge, if I cook that up in my furnace, you get clay. So it's almost like a renewable sort of system. So I now take these clean chunks and I cook them. Cooking, 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 cooking. And this gives you reduced lead chunks and reduced silver chunks. Now, again, because it's in this furnace, you'll sometimes get it to double. And then at the moment I have to just cook them up in the smelter because I haven't got the ability to do the next step. Because the next step, after you have the reduced chunks, there we go, the reduced chunks. So you can cook, so there you go, get 110% for silver and 160% for lead by cooking it in a slag furnace. Yeah, so I mean, you're kind of getting there. You're still not getting that sort of double effect. So the next thing you need to do is, once you have reduced it down, you then need to crystallize it using a crystallizer, and that takes a cauldron, a string, and a stick. But the problem with the crystallizer is it needs sulfuric acid, which is easy to make, and it needs a heating block. And the heating block takes 6 blocks of clay, so I need to find 24 more clay before I can do that. So quite clearly that's not going to work. But what I can do is, oh, actually this might not work for me. So to make a heating block, I need 8, and then I need 6 lots of 8, so I need 50 lead ingots, and I currently have 17. So you do the math, that doesn't work. So what I'm going to have to do now is try and cook up another half a stack of silver, and see how I go with that. Hopefully cooking a half a stack will get me somewhere up near the 50 I need. And the crystallizer can crystallize one kind of material at a time, but it can do up to 5 pieces of material at a go. The downside is it takes 20 minutes to do each lot of crystallizing, but at the end you end up with 300% of your ore. So grinding, crushing, macerating, all those kind of things double, so 200%. Going through this long drawn out process, 300%. And you know, clearly 300% is better, but 300% takes some effort. So you might say, is it worth the effort? I say yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, it is. There you go. That's what I said. So while I'm waiting for that, I'm going to show you the next thing that I can do, which is going to take more iron. I'm going to need to make some more charcoal. I'll do that off camera though, you guys don't need to see that. What I am going to do first though is show you the next thing that you can do with diamond shards. So if you look at the uses for diamond shards, you can make a diamond cutting head or a wrath igniter. So what do you do with a wrath igniter? Well, you set things on fire, the most important of which is a block of iron. So I'm going to go upstairs and get the tools that I'm going to need, and then I will show you. So we're going to need nether brick, piece of nether brick, diamond shard, gives me my wrath igniter. Now the way this works is it burns with a special kind of magical fire. I'm not even going to think about right clicking with that in my hand. That basically burns blocks as though the block was smelted. But it also has a special feature. You know what, I want to make this inside. It also has a special feature that allows you to turn iron blocks into a different kind of block. So I'm going to head down to next to where my nether portal is, I think, and basically build this. So here's my nether portal. Basically, this wall isn't big enough. Fine. Make the room bigger. Stupid room being the wrong size. There we go. So basically what you have to do is you have to build a recipe like if you were going to build a coke oven from Railcraft. So 3 blocks deep, not 2. So you place your layer of bricks on the bottom, then you place your layer of bricks at the back, then you put a roof on, and then you put sides on. But now instead of putting this piece of brick here at the front, what you actually do is you click your wrath igniter in the center. And what that should do now is that should start to burn with that special super hot wrath fire, and it should keep burning like that basically forever. And so what you do is you place your block of iron at the front, and instantly, bam, it becomes darkened. I'm not sure what happened then. I think my fire just burnt my block. Yes. That was not meant to happen like that. What that was a demonstration of is what not to do. Effectively, how to waste 9 pieces of iron. So, thankfully, whatever. Let's just cook the whole lot. Thankfully, there's a fair bit more where that came from. But, I mean, the process was sound. I just don't know why it disappeared. Maybe I wasn't, standing right up close enough to it that it didn't pop into my arms or something. I don't like it. So what do we get? We put 32 in. Not feeling the love here. And I got 38 back. That's not too bad. What did I say I needed? 48-ish. So I got 55. So that's again, it's not bad. Okay, there's my 9 blocks of iron. Sorry, there's my 9 pieces of iron. The frustration. Okay. Gonna do this again. There we go. I'm gonna stand right in front of it. No, this time, I'm gonna beat it. I am gonna outthink it. Oh no, it went into the nether. Come back! There we go. Okay. Okay. Block breakers, I think, are the way to do it. So this is my block of dark iron, and the reason that is useful is you can turn it into 4 dark iron ingots. Now it's these that I'm really interested in. Now they have a couple of uses. You can make a block, you can make a bag of holding, which is really cool. It's almost like an infinite bag. You can make this thing that I don't care about. Once you have 6 of them, you can make this thing here called a router. Now that's basically what I want to make. I don't particularly care about the other things. Some of the upgrades and stuff are cool, but it's really that router that I want to be able to make. So I'm going to need another block of iron, but that can be a job for the next episode, because at this stage I don't have the ender chests, I don't have any of the stuff that I need to be able to make it worthwhile. So anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this episode. I hope you've enjoyed seeing me create some pretty cool stuff with factorization. You can see there's my little attachment on the bottom that allows the infinite water source to stay there. And stay tuned for next time, when I am hopefully going to find the clay that I need to build that heater so that I can build the crystallizer. Until then, Astocky out.